What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Uce Podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Mofanua, and I got my Uso Lost the Boss here. Yeah, she got baby girl in the background hooking them up with the banner. This is this week's highlight for us, man. Samoan Diecast is the one that went ahead and hooked the Uce up with the banner you see in the back here. My Uso Lassie got it. Shout out to Queen. Hit up my Uso Samoan Diecast. He's out there in Seattle, Washington. Tacoma, Washington, Puyallup, Washington, one of them cities out there. He's out there in the Northwest, man. Samoan Diecast, man. I'll post everything below the link. So shout out to my Uce's Diecast. But tonight, man, we are going to be covering a few topics. Before we get into these topics, bro, first of all, man, what's up with all the comments, bro? I mean, it seems like we got to, shout out to all the 49er faithful.
Yes,
sir.
People
had a lot of debate going on with that Brock and Jimmy Garoppolo's.
Oh yeah, dude, loving that.
Little Tat was like, "Yeah, I feel what Lost the Boss was saying, man. He was right about it." So, Tat was he said he stands with you, bro. He's like, he's absolutely right. You absolutely right. What you were saying, man.
Exactly.
About Brock Purdy.
This is how I feel about Purdy. Like everybody else got their own opinion about Purdy. We got we got the positives and the negatives. Some people like him, some people don't. But that's how football world is. They got somebody they don't like. Got to speak their opinion on that.
That's the crazy thing about it, right? It's just whatever you post, you don't know what's gonna hit. You know what I mean? So like that one's only been up for like a few days. It's over 2,000 people that tuned in on that one, chiming in about how they feel about it. That's a good thing, man. Shout out to all the Niner Nation. We're still waiting for number 6, right? Number 6.
Still waiting. 30 years.
30 years. Bro, has it been 30 years since we ever seen, since Steve Young was the last one?
Steve Young was the last one with Diego.
Against, R.I.P. to Junior Seau. Yeah, I remember that one. Were you in Samoa too?
This was my first year in Samoa, back in 94.
I remember we got out of church and we caught the game, and that was a great thing. That who was the Tongan Uso for the tight end for the Diego when they got that touchdown? The one where he always rip off. Remember the celebration? Pop the coconut football thing. Yeah, man. So that's classic right there for those that don't know what we're talking about, fam.
Yeah, I was mad because I was asleep because Uncle Lomo told me the wrong time because he was thinking, Samoa time and California time was way different. And the Super Bowl came out early in the morning, and I woke up and the Niners already won. I was like, I was so upset.
So you missed out on the whole game?
I missed out the whole Super Bowl. I was asleep on Sunday.
Bro, I remembered every single one of them, man. It was lit. Remember the first one was Jerry Rice is the first one to score, didn't he? Like 3 times he broke the record.
Oh no, I was asleep, so I couldn't watch that game.
Yeah, man. That was sick right there, man. Steve Young put it in. But so we got my Uso Guru Uce is in the house right now, man. We already got some comments up here. Shout out to my Purdy. Purdy is him, Uce. What's up?
That's little Tad, Uce.
Little Tad, I know, man. Shout out to the Uce Tad. You know what I'm saying? Let us know, bro, when you and El Banger and Gene Mofanua decide to do what you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's some update down the road. We'll see if what's cracking. But yeah, Young Tad also said, Lil Tad said that he wants to get on here when he can, bro. So hit us up, bro. Come on with Lost the Boss and myself. We can talk sports. It'll be more like you and Lost the Boss because, your boy has been MIA in the sports industry for like a year because, I've been on this with Queen with the Uce. But just in case for those everybody else that's tuning in, you see this hat that I got, man? Here's another shout out. Shout out to the Toa Concrete out there at 503 Portland, Oregon. My Uso Tasi Pula, man. If something's wrong with your patio and you just don't like it, it's not demure, you know what I mean? Reach out to Tasi Pula, man, from the Toa Concrete. Also, man, they're also giving out some merch too, man. So the more you purchase, the more the Uso will go ahead and sponsor our channel here, man. Yeah, so this episode right here is definitely dedicated to Tasi and then my Uso Diecast, Samoan Diecast, the one that hooked up the banner and stuff, bro. But we're going to jump right to it, man. We got a few topics here. We're going to try to cover what we can. We got a few mixture here. We got AI, the impact of AI in our daily life. Let's see what me and Lost the Boss has. If we have any kind of information with climate change, we're going to cover some true crimes and talk some sports and culture commentaries, you know, and then the rise of the short form clips. I mean, the short videos compared to like these big old videos, even like with the video of a podcast and like what we're doing, man. So we're gonna jump right to it, fellas and ladies. You know, Uce, what's your take on the AI impacting the world right now, man?
It's crazy. A lot of people are depending on AI now. It's like I'm new to AI too. Like you and my sister, and I've been on it for a minute. But I was
Mm-hmm.
just amazed, like what the AI can do for you, like writing your resume, you know, writing an email, all sorts of things. It can even write you a full book. Just give them the prompts and stuff, and then it'll just take everything for you. You don't have to even lift a finger. Just copy and paste, and then print it out. That's just crazy, dude. Like this technology nowadays, it's like so advanced. We was never on this level like 10 years ago, but now you just could type something in Chat GPT and it'll just bring up all the resources you can find that caters to your prompts that you put in so you can find everything correctly.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, it's just not even just work now, you know? It's even like your daily, like even I believe some cars also has AI in it too, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it like the ones like the Tesla? Some of them Tesla cars has the AI thing going
I
where you
believe
can like
so. Yeah,
hands
with those little
free.
systems. Yeah,
That's crazy, dude.
they got the autopilots. That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess chiming in with this whole debate because some folks are saying that they're concerned about it.
Yeah,
You know, especially for work wise, people are like really like nervous about that whole thing. And I'm just like,
yeah.
well,
Some people are so scared of it. They just don't know what to expect, especially if it's like guessing your thoughts. You know what I mean? It starts reading the person you are. Like I said, the way you enter your prompts, and it starts talking like you're in the machine, making those decisions. But it's the AI configuring everything for you. It's just crazy, man. It's like I always talked about those AI girlfriends and boyfriends. People
yeah.
create them to cater to them. So that's just like what AI is basically caters to everything that you need information about. So it's just like a whole new learning experience. Pretty soon it's gonna be learning from us. That's what it's basically doing, taking our knowledge and then mixing it with what it knows from the internet and just mixing all the information together. I don't know, it's mind blowing.
They're saying like by 2020, well, actually right now, because it's 25, AI could replace up to 16% of jobs globally.
Yeah,
That's not a small number, Oos.
that is
But
a
at the
big
same
number.
time, it's creating new roles. So especially in like the tech industries, analytical stuff, since just automotive. I mean, even in like EV companies, so
Oh yeah,
AI, yeah, man. The AI industry is projected to hit over $1.8 trillion, dude, come 2030.
it's a lot of money.
I could use a trillion right now, bro.
I just take 10% of that or 5%. You be set.
Ooh, so what is 5% of $1 trillion?
Shoot, let's say
Just on top of your dome, bro.
5% of the $1 trillion would probably be like, well, 10% will be a million. Yeah, so about 500 racks. I believe so, if I'm doing the numbers right.
500 million or 500,000?
Probably.
So that's a half a mil.
Oh no, maybe I'm wrong. Hold up. I don't know. Too much thinking right now.
Hey,
Let's
but
see.
that's a lot though.
That's a lot of bread. Yeah.
For real, man. So this article that I'm reading says AI can come with bias. So if the system is trained on flawed data, it'll make flawed decisions. So I guess that's what people are concerned about. You know what I mean? Because just
Yeah.
using ChatGPT alone, like for instance, I think it was about a year ago, I tested it to see like what kind of knowledge did ChatGPT have of based off of Samoa. So I did that in the intent to see if it can differentiate the difference of American Samoa and Samoa, because we're different, right? It had a little bit, but it was I want to say about just about 75% of it was correct. It was missing some information, so I had to like correct it. Like, okay, well, American Samoa, there's the city is Pangopao, that's the capital, and then also there's other islands like Mangua. where you have Ka'u and Ofu and Olusenga. So it did something to where it uploaded the memory, and then it spit it back out with those what I just added to it. So, but for those that don't know, ChatGPT is just basically based off of you as an individual and how you portray what you want it to provide you as far as an answer. Do you think that the NFL was using AI too as for analytical purposes?
They might have, everybody could like interpret, bring it into their system and trying to figure out, formulas and stuff. So I pretty much think they did. Everybody has a, use for AI somewhere.
Damn. Tat is saying that he wish that we had some AI in school because he would have been a doctor. So you right about that, Uce? Pimp a couple of AI bots.
You tell them how you want to break it down and make it easier for you to read it and understand it, like dumb it down for me and they'll dumb it down for you.
Yeah, that's what I do a lot because a lot of times it depends what I'm looking into, whether it's politics, global warming, just especially when it comes to science and math. I'd be like, man, so like you're talking to an idiot. I'm talking about like special ed,
Just
and they'll
like dumb
break
it
it
down
up.
like,
Yeah,
like I said, the 5% of that 1 trillion, I was way off of the numbers. It was,
for real.
yeah, you know how much 5% is?
What is it?
50 billion. So yeah, I'll be cool with 5% million.
50 mil, man.
Bill with the B.
Damn, billion.
50
So how
billion is
much?
5% of
How
a trillion.
many? What's the number? How many billions you need to make it a trillion? Is it like 100 billion? I'm assuming. I don't
I
know.
think 1,000, make it over 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 billion equals 1 trillion. That's a lot of money.
I've been messing with AI, not just ChatGPT, but other softwares out there that they have. Some of them is like resume builders and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, it ain't that effective. I mean, it polishes up. Like it would. I was asking him like, yo, why you? Because my resume, I worked many jobs, so I end up with like 4 to 5 different pages of resume, right, to explain my history of work history. Dude, AI will spit just one pager. Then I would ask, why? What's the purpose of you just giving one pager? I mean, one page, and it's saying that like a platform like Indeed will go depending on the kind of position you're applying for. So if you're applying
Yeah.
for a supervisor position, Indeed will accept a page of 1, 2. At 2's the most. You don't want to go 3. But the only exception, if you're applying for like a senior position, then the 3 to 4. But I think it says it taps out at 3 pages is still the best way to leave it at. That's why, long story short, and it will spit out my resume with all the history that I have to a one pager. But it won't even do it like the traditional way that we have the time and date and the name of the company, the address, all the details of it. It would just pretty much just kind of like summarize my experience, whether it's retail, whether it's like in the industry, whatever industry that you're in. Then it would just highlight the skills so that way it caters to that specific position that you're applying for. Ask me how many offers did I get from that, bro, since I put that on Indeed.
How many?
Zero. Zero, bro.
Ah. Well, I
Now,
messed around with
Chief,
that and I put
you
it
messed
for
around?
my position. Yeah. And I got like 4 or 5 offers.
And was it a one pager?
Yep. Because you
Well,
just stick to the point of that job, you know what I'm saying? What they want to
okay.
hear. That's the other thing you
Gotcha.
got to figure out what that job wants to hear and what they're interested in. It's just like
But
when you
I,
put up, content. You put up
but
the new page.
I also feel like the credit your credentials matter too, though. Like you got a military background, so you're a vet because that
Yeah.
plays a big role. Like vets in the U.S. plays a big role in any job because it's already telling all the companies, okay, this person has been can be taught, is disciplined,
Discipline.
and will
Yeah.
be on time. Because a lot of these corporations, that's what they look for first, right? Somebody that's trainable, teachable. So, which your boy don't have none of that. Just a high school diploma back in 1999. You know what I mean?
Or if you
And
word out
then
your resume right, you get a lot more offers.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, cuz like my actual resume that was built from an HR person, this is back in like maybe 2015. So I had a specialist actually fix my resume. That one still holds water till now. That's how I got my current job. And that's a
Yeah,
5 pager. That's 5 pages. So my questions, and then I started asking chat, like, oh, hold on now. You're saying this, but every job for me as a human being, my resume that has 5 pages on there goes a long way, and I get a lot of referrals and offers compared to the little one single page that you already hooked me up with. So I could be wrong. Maybe my prompts are incorrect. Maybe I need to revisit that.
yeah. Still just gotta make a little tweak to it, get better results.
What about you, listeners? Have y'all tried what we're talking about? Whether it's resume or well, I never did a dating app, so I can't speak on that one. I would love to hear from the listeners, man. Have you tried that using ChatGPT or any kind of AI out there to speak for you? Because that I think that's an interesting thing. Now I feel like that the AI too. What else does AI? Does AI is it involved in church too? Like these mega churches and stuff. You think they use AI?
Who knows? Probably they use it for their social media platform how to word things correctly. You know what I'm saying? Making
Like the
announcements.
autocorrect and stuff?
No, just bringing like if they were to present something to the church, they'll like have AI bring it up and write up something. You know,
Yeah,
like
because it saves time. They're
yeah,
like a bulletin, like an
yeah,
announcement and stuff like that. Yeah, I know, because a lot of these social media platforms are using AI for that purpose.
yeah,
Everybody, like, I think people like the writers are like
yeah.
the
You get
ones that are
writer's
going to be
block, they go to
losing
AI.
jobs. Yeah, they go to AI. Even singers is what I'm hearing too.
Shoot, AI makes your own music now, your own songs. Your brother made a
Yeah.
song out of AI. He catered it to sound like Maoli, and it came out to be a pretty decent song, man. It's pretty cool.
Well, shoot, you want one right now, bro? I got one for you, man. This is AI. This is straight up AI, y'all. Shout out to AI. Forgot the name of it. I'll put it below the link and stuff. This is just for entertainment purposes. Right here.
Of the hustle, dreams come alive.
That whole song right there.
Future, watch them strive. Why use? Why use?
That's AI.
And vibe the drive.
Nice.
Why use? Why use? Tune in and vibe the drive.
Yeah, that's all. The music is AI, not the video you're singing. That's straight up Kenny Mofano right there. For those that are looking for a video editor, hit me up, man. I'm available. But
Just get
yeah, that's
advertising.
for real, bro. But that's AI. Oh, this is another one. This is like for me and Queen, our other one that we did. That's AI too. The whole music, the whole thing.
Uce Podcast #1. A place where stories have begun.
You ever heard the lyrics to it?
Entrepreneurs and creators, we stand.
That was, oh, okay.
Small businesses with a helping hand. Showcasing roots, Samoan pride. From the islands to the countryside. Uce and Queen, we're family strong. Two cousins in America, where we belong. Join the journey, let's pass the time. With culture, dreams, and hearts that climb. From American Samoa shore.
Yeah, Uce.
To America, we're so much more.
Man, shout out to my Uso Jawan Morris, man. Shout out, man. Man, I'm doing good, fam. We here live on the Uce Podcast, man. So, we just my cousin lost the boss here. One of my supervisors is online with us right now, Uce. So
Well,
shout out to
dang.
my Uce, bro.
So you better be
We're
careful what
doing
you say,
good.
buddy.
Oh man, it's all gravy, man. I've been trained for about a year and a half now to talk this social media talk. What y'all think about the AI, man? Has it been benefiting y'all, the listeners, man? Let us know. Comment below. How do y'all use AI? Do you use it for reaching out to a loved one? Or do you use it as a text message? Or do you email people with it? Or do you use it to find lyrics like we did? That's everything you listen to. What you think about the AI music that I played you, cuz?
Nice. I like it. I'm digging the beats and the rhythm.
Yeah. So I just prompted to where like I wanted this, wanted that, like make it sound like this, make it have that island reggae feel. But every time I play it, my folks would be like, "Man, it sound like some white boys talking." I was like, "Damn, can't get it perfect, man." But it's close.
Yeah. That's why you should have catered the artist that sounded like somebody, then it'll sound more like that artist. Like a J
I'm,
Bug or Fiji.
ooh, you right about that, man.
So
But
prompt
when they
that. It's
want
like,
that, yeah. So that's where the money comes in for those that create those AI features. It's like you gotta like become a subscriber. They talking about like a few $100s. So I'm like, I ain't gonna be paying no freaking $100 for like just for something that I know that's not guaranteed.
yeah.
But that's what AI is for, folks. For those that want to do a podcast or any kind of content creating that you have, AI does help out a lot, guys. It does. Matter of fact, a lot of the stuff that the Uce posts, like the descriptions or like the little brief stuff that we have on the Uce channels on all our social media platforms, that's all AI helping me. Yep, putting it out there, man. It covers. It really helps with the 5 Ws and like I said, brainstorm. So it saves you time and where you can be more creative with what you have and stuff. You got anything else on the AI, bro?
You said it all. Remember,
Okay,
like I
well,
said, I'm new to the AI scene too, so I'm learning also.
gotcha, man. What about the climate change? What's that island also that we was talking about? Like, especially in the
Tuvalu is one
Pacific,
of them.
it's Tuvalu. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
First to the Tuvalu Island, man. It seems like there'll be like, according to the news that I've seen, maybe a week ago, like they'll probably the first one of the main country that's going to be sunk,
Yeah,
and
10, 20
the
years.
10, 20 years. And a lot of those islanders are migrating. I think Australia. So shout out to Australia for the refugees program. I'm not too familiar with how that works out, but yeah, they're the first ones who, as a country, that's for refugees, helping them out and stuff. So a lot of the Tuvalu folks are migrating that area. I think it's Tuvalu. I could be
Yeah,
wrong, man.
Tuvalu is one of them. Kiribati's the other one. Even the little islands right outside of it's part of Papua New Guinea too, but yeah, they're all migrating to Fiji, settling over there, relocating. Oh, Kiribati folks are also they're relocating to Fiji too.
I think they got like an actual group. I think they call themselves like the Warriors
Uh-huh.
of the Pacific, and that they're fighting for climate change. I
That's
think
gonna
it
take a
has
whole
more.
lot though.
Yeah, I think one of the founders and one of the founders is from Samoa. I forgot her name, but she's also the one that's putting it together, along with like Fijians, the Tongans, New Zealand,
All the South
Cook
Pacific
Island,
folks. Yeah.
all the South Pacific folks. Yep. So they're all gathering together and just trying to educate the big continent of like the importance. That's I guess it's fossil fuel or something
Yeah.
about within that realm. That's the topic because I guess when it comes to fossil whatever, it it gets into the air and then it blocks. Hands is the reason why they're saying why we have how the weather is just changing, right? Because it's
That's
summer here in
causing
the
the
U.S., but
greenhouse
all that
effect.
hurricane, yeah, all the greenhouse. Do you know anything about that? Because I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, all I know is because the ozone layer is so messed up right now, and that's the one protecting us from the ultraviolet rays from the sun. So it's supposed to be a shield that was put up over Earth to protect the atmosphere from getting too much heat. But over the years since what 1950s, they start using those aerosol chemicals that like used to be in refrigeration units, even simple things such as hairspray. Like, one person you imagine it's not going to do that much harm, but thinking about billions of people using the product and it's getting into the air, and then all from other stuff like factories that burn all that fuel, causing those huge clouds of smoke and stuff going up in the air. polluting everything. And so just heating up the world extra and melting all those ice caps all over the world. And that's why the sea levels are rising because ice caps are starting to melt. By Iceland and Greenland and all that, they're chopping off big blocks of ice and just dumping it into the ocean. And so it's slowly just deteriorating the icebergs.
Damn, that just reminds me too. When I was out there in South Korea, they have like the what is it? What's that Space Needle in Seattle?
Yeah,
They have something like that. That's in Korea. Actually, a lot of Asian country has those little Space Needle,
yeah, little
whatever
towers.
you, them kind of towers, right? And there's a color. So when it's like different colors, but I think when it's bright red, that's indicating to the city around it, hey, I forgot. I think they're called red dust. I forgot what kind of air comes through, but it's like what you were saying. All the factories out there in China, the pollution, it comes over and it ruins a lot of the plants and stuff.
Yeah.
In Korea, South Korea, folks been using the face mask.
Oh yeah.
That's part of the world. So when COVID happened, it was nothing to them because they're first of all,
They already prepped.
Asian folks are clean people, anyways. Hygienes and stuff like that. So yeah, that was kind of crazy. I think it's called red dust. I'm not exactly, can't remember what it was, but I just know that we had to wear masks to because we didn't want to inhale that stuff. So yeah, can we blame China alone? No, okay. It's just a
That's
lot of these
everybody.
corporations. Yeah, it's
It's
everybody,
everybody.
man. Even the cars, right? All the old school cars. There were all those like when those black cloud comes out of the truck and stuff from the muffler, the small thing. Yeah, because I know in Nevada when I was still out there, we always had to do a smog check. Out here, we don't do that in South Carolina. I don't think we do that. Yeah, I didn't I had to do a smog check.
I think because you guys still burn trash and stuff legally, you get set fires in your lawn. So that's
You
why
think
you
that's the
consider
cause too?
smog. Yeah, that's why
Like
this little
burning
town
trash?
Fernley, yeah, like 30 minutes from here, from Sparks, and they don't have to do smog checks because they still burn trash.
Hmm. Interesting. In
It's like
Samoa, that's how
Samoa.
we burn trash all the time.
Yeah,
Every Sunday we're doing the umu. That's the way we cook. So I wonder if those smoke, but it smells so good, looking like a fog. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Sunday
Rising up. I don't
mornings.
know. I don't know if that's also the cause too. You know what I'm saying?
No, because that's natural wood burning, but we're burning like plastics and stuff, chemicals.
So we say, Oos. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to be non-biased about stuff. We could be blaming the fossil thing. Who knows? Anything. I'm just
That's
saying
that's
anything
just a
that
part of it.
smokes and goes, it got to go somewhere. It got to rise up and gets collected somewhere. So somebody's gonna get affected by it, right? I don't know.
We all got a hand in it. It's all good. We're
Yeah,
all bad
yeah.
for the earth, but yeah. We won't
So yeah,
see the
man.
results nowadays, probably later on in the years after we're gone, something's gonna happen. But hopefully those people do something with the campaigns they're doing for, global warming and all that, and hopefully do something about it to at least rebuild the ozone layer again.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't impact anybody until it hits home, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you
or
think any
seeing
of
any
those
direct
stuff?
results.
Yeah, for real, man. You think any of that also has to do with the reaction of like tsunamis and stuff like that, or that's just natural causes?
Yeah, probably because I know usually tsunamis are caused by earthquakes if they happen out in the middle of the ocean. But like again, the global warming might be a effect when you have those big chips of icebergs just going into the ocean and causing a wave just like that. You know what I mean? It's like
Gotcha.
so it builds momentum from that origin point, and then it creates like a ripple effect, and it just builds and builds more kinetic energy as it goes to the ocean. Then it's got to stop somewhere, and it's some poor land, some poor island that will get the result.
What if that happened to Samoa though? How'd you feel about it, Oos?
Samoa already got hit with tsunami. What was that? What year was that?
Well, not the tsunami, but getting sunk, like eventually just covered with water. Like we
It
might
probably
end up
eventually
being the
happened.
the
Yeah,
Atlantic, the lost city of Atlanta.
poor Tuvalu's on verge of being that. That's sad.
Hopefully, our little shorts can help spread some awareness on that one because man, that's a beautiful island, man. That Tuvalu's the one that it looks like a line, right? When you see it, like when there's a drone
I
flying on
I
top and
couldn't tell
stuff.
you.
For
I
real,
don't really look
man.
at geography like that.
For real. Let me see that, man. Tuvalu. Tuvalu. Yeah, it's the little. I was right. Let me see if I can share that. Share it without even deleting us like I did last time.
Yeah. Don't end the session too fast.
No, for real. You see it? So, but I was talking more about that. Like it's a straight
Straight land.
island right there. You see that? It has that
Yeah.
like little. Can you see it on your side?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So these little things right here, the Tuvalu folks are like planting a lot of these around their reef because it helps like ricochet from the waves because that's why they
Yeah,
build
because the
all that
reefs are
kind of
getting
stuff.
eaten up. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful island, those.
I think I've seen a couple YouTubers go out there. It's just like the airport is just like right down the street from the hotel where they're at. Just go
Real.
bicycle it.
Damn. Well, that's all I have for climate change, Uce.
Be
You
aware,
got something
guys.
else? Yeah,
Nah?
man. Be aware, folks. Uh, I should have got just thinking about it, man. Well, we'll see if there's any what outreach that they have program. We'll probably post that down too. And share the love. Try to see if we can spread awareness about especially the fossil thing. There's something about fossil fuel or something around that area that they keep talking about.
Yeah, that's one of the big causes. Yeah.
But the next one that we're gonna jump into, man, true crimes, bro. You got anything true crimes going on besides Puff Daddy, P Diddy, aka Combs?
Yeah, that's the biggest one. That's the most popular one going right now, the hottest topic with his jury going on right now, his trial. How his
I didn't
ex-girlfriend came
know.
into like all the dirt.
Yeah, do you know his girl that he was talking about? The one that went up there and then the husband walked out?
Yeah.
I think that was the one that was viral. That gotta suck, dude. What if you put yourself in his shoes, man? You find out your wife was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting
Found out about her past in the trial. That sucks, man. And like she has so much dirt. It's like,
I think the worst thing about it is that he helped her because she was trying to commit suicide too.
oh, really? I
The
didn't know
husband,
about that part.
yeah, allegedly. I think one of those things. I think the man was just he couldn't. He walked out of the courthouse because he just couldn't take the horrible story his wife was talking about.
Yep.
What she had to go through, man. So
So I know that was like some man crazy stuff, bro. It was like, but rich folks they got nothing better to do when they're so bored. They do all these crazy things.
you know what I think about when I think about a lot of these rich men that be doing
Yeah.
that. They end up banging dudes too. Like they just become what do they call that? Like they're not gay, but they're
Bisexual.
bisexual. Thank you. I feel like the Romans because I love Roman history, and I was just like, why Caesar? Or not so much of Caesar, but Alexander the Great. Because it was saying allegedly that he was also
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bisexual.
That's true. Like even with the Greek mythology, like
Even the Greek mythology,
like
it
Achilles
seems
and
like
all those guys.
everybody that has all the power, right? Like it's like you've already tasted the greatness that the world had to offer, so you just start experiencing other stuff just to find pleasure, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? That's crazy stuff, man. So, where am I going at with that? I just feel like that Puff Daddy reached that level of fame. Even what's that other guy that he had his own little island? I forgot his name. The one that supposedly committed suicide while he was locked up. The Hollywood dude.
Epstein.
Yeah,
Epstein.
Epstein Island. Yeah.
Epstein. Yeah.
So I just have a different process of the way I look at it. I'm not even trying to look and judging these individuals. My thing is like, man, you got to be so rich to experience so much in life to where you just
You get bored.
You get bored, right?
Yeah.
And
Like,
then I
you know,
try to
it's fun
be,
to us, but to us normal people, but to the rich folks, like, I've been there, done that. It's like, I'm getting old. I was like, it must be nice, you know?
it makes me wonder, like, if I ever become that powerful and rich, will I be by? Would I be like doing, you get what I'm saying? Would I want to buy an island too and just like do a little, in the Western world, we call it prostitute, but in Asia and the Middle East, man, that's normal stuff. You get what I mean? Like, that's just my thinking. I'm like, well, I think we're making it such a big thing here in the US, but maybe a whole lot of the politics of the Christianity is involved with it. I don't know, man. That's where my mind starts wandering off of like, yes, I understand in our current situation, they're guilty, right?
Yeah.
But if it was in Asia or you never see stuff like that in the main news, you never see powerful people like that getting hit up with stuff like that. Just like our, former President Clinton with the whole getting head and stuff.
Well, they keep
It
it on
seems
the
like
hush. They do a
they
good
keep
job at keeping it on the hush,
they
you know?
keep it on the hush.
Or they make a side story to take focus off of them and then
Yeah.
direct it somewhere else, you know? It's
So
all
you
mirror
think it's
games,
a
right?
good thing? Yeah, right. So I feel like I guess my question is like, is it worth showing and what's gonna happen now? Like, what's the lesson that we're learning from this, I guess? That's
There's
what I'm
always a
asking.
bigger picture behind this whole, you know,
Hmm.
facade, you know, it's like there's something bigger, but we don't know about it. We just see what the public and the media gives to us, you know?
Yeah.
That's how conspiracies come up, you know, like with their theories and everything.
Hmm.
There's always, you know, a hidden agenda behind something. So, but we don't know because we're like too low on a totem pole to figure any of that stuff out.
We're
But if you
beneath
dig
the
into
totem
it,
pole.
yeah, you dig into it, you end up missing. So, you know, just gotta be careful what you be searching up.
Maybe that's why I don't entertain it, bro. Because I'm like, I don't want to know. Sometimes some stuff are just best kept not knowing about.
Yeah, between you and like somebody you want to talk to about, and make sure there's no electronics around, like your phone especially. 'Cause, you know, your phones pick up everything you say.
Yeah. I can imagine that the whole world that has a conversation on a cell phone has said worse stuff or probably similar stuff to Combs and Epstein, but they're not under the microscope because they're not in that stage of wealth, or power where people want to bring them down. And I'm saying this because not so much of P. Diddy. I'm looking more forward to Candace Owens on her investigation if she decides to look into it. Because right now, man, I think 3 days ago I was checking out her YouTube channel and she posted something. Was it 3 days or was it today? I think I seen the view because the view is what blew my mind. 3 million people tuned in on her channel, and she played a snippet of her interview, one-on-one interview with Epstein. And the man is like, the thing is, a lot of powerful people are really afraid of the blacklist that he has of those that went to
Yeah,
the island. Because, one of the queen's son had to step down from his title in the UK because can't hide it. Bill Gates is another one, I believe. Yeah. So I think that's why everybody's tuning into that one. So I'm looking forward to see what she's going, how that interview went, and to see where it goes. One, just to be nosy, and two, just to study these alpha male who dominated film industry because the white Uce is a media, and to learn from it, man. Take the good and remove, leave the bad out for a case study.
true that.
But I want to ask you though, man, is that even something that you're entertained with?
This is good informational for me. Or like, you know, if I was like everybody else, I just want to be FICA about it. People like, ooh, what's the scoop on this? Who we got dirt on, you know? I know he probably
But
got
did
dirt
you
on
ever?
like a lot of people.
Yeah, but did you ever, before getting on a podcast, was interested in it? That's what I'm curious.
Not
Or
really until
that's
you
just
said something about it just now.
see, there you go. And that's why we started this podcast, just to have a conversation to make people just to think, man, because that's what it's all about, man. Open your mind, expand your horizon.
Open your fucking colonists so you can hear the gossip going around.
For real. Tell me what you feel, yo.
We got old school
Yeah.
gossip. Hey, did you hear about what he did? I was like, you hear about what she did? Oh
I
man,
was like, I know, man. Then you have your friends on the right, like, man, I just wonder, was she cute? You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Some of us like, no, for real. He banged her. I was like,
Yeah, some people
yeah.
ain't got nothing to talk about. But you fucking call about something, man, everybody's on it. Like, what? For real? I was like, no, I didn't know that.
And don't even have the whole facts, man.
Yeah, don't even know the facts. They just start talking away, man. It's like
I'm
whatever
just wondering
catches
when
their
it comes
interest.
to I'm wondering because I'm not even tuning into P Diddy's and you know his whole case thing going on. I'm not. First of all, I'm not into that. But I
Well, it's been
do,
popping up on TikTok all the time.
yeah. But what I do remember him, I kind of like. He did create some great music. He
Yeah,
brought out Pete Puff. He's the one that brought out Notorious B.I.G. You know what I'm saying? Biggie. Like I'm more respectful off of that. Like what I don't like is when people are like already shunning the guy. Yeah, he messed up. Okay, we all mess up. He just happened to be on the biggest screen ever, and like they always say, well, you know, if you're that famous, that's what it comes with the territory. But it's
true.
easy for you to say that, man. But what about if the table was turned? Like
Exactly.
if you was in their shoes, that's all I'm saying. So I'm saying that because I grew up and when I was in high school, Bad Boys came out with their stuff. You know, I was around the time where Biggie and Tupac passed away. And then Bad Boy at a moment going into early 2000 was the movement was strong. So where Mace came around. Who else? Fabulous, I think, was part of that. I don't know if he was part of Bad Boys, but there's a lot of these cats that came out of there. So I enjoyed the New York music. You know, even though I'm from the West, I just like music overall. So it just really sucks because you got him, then you got R. Kelly, you know, all these figures, man. Man, we were driving back, right, last week, crew, because, you know, it's about 6 hours coming from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I don't know what, I was just like, I thought about Michael Jordan and I'm just cruising and I was telling my nephew, like, you ever watch Space Jam? I don't know why we ended up talking about that, but then it made me think about the song, like, I Believe I Can Fly.
Yeah.
So I played that music, right? My wife was like, why are you playing that? You know, like, molester. I was like, look, man, I know that's him. He's in prison. But man, we cannot take away the greatness. The man is gifted, you know. What he did at that time, that's not the man who's in jail, just like Bill Cosby, is all I'm saying, if I'm making sense. Like, they did some good in this world. You know what I mean? So the music, and then I played that I Believe I Can Fly thing, and we was all singing it. It felt good. The choir thing, like, you never seen anybody in that kind of skill create that at that time, you know? So it just sucks to see all our great American men who done so much for our country, whether it's music, movies, then to be frowned upon about their action when it comes to their sexual side. All I'm saying is also, my personal opinion, the only one that can judge people is God. That's all I'm saying, cuz.
But you know, you got those people that's gonna think too, like, why are you supporting this pedophile? You know, just like you said, it was great before you found out. But the thing is, man, you guys already bought his albums when it first came out, so it's a little too late to like boycott his music now. You know, but
Yeah.
everybody got their opinion about that. Me, I really don't care. I was like, I'll bump it too, but I won't like
Yeah.
bump it all the time.
I'll be
Shoot, I still be bumping that "Step in the Name of Love." That song slaps still, man.
For real, every wedding, bro. I bet
Yeah,
you every wedding has played that music. Every wedding.
you know everybody dancing to it.
Yeah. Sometimes they probably forgot who it was, you know. And then the Huxtables, you know, with Bill Cosby, man. It's like they need to put respect on the OG's name, man. It's like first African American family and comedian of a family show that taught so many valuable lessons and stuff. I'm just not the type that's just gonna churn on people like that. Yeah, they messed up. They messed up bad, but I still gonna honor what they did as far as legacy goes. You know, so it's just unfortunate. Really is. I think I'm trying to say is that I'm maybe a doubter. Like I'm like, no, that's not Combs. That's not Puff Daddy, man. The man, that's a brotherly love. He's bi. He goes both ways, you know. So
Yeah,
if he goes both ways, why would he be molesting a woman? Just like, yeah, he is a little bit of a control freak. Okay, I can see that. But
yeah.
who's not? Our president is the same way. He's a control person, you know. So I don't know,
He's an
cuz.
orange person. Feel like I want too many suntans.
But yeah, man, we'll see where that goes at, man. All right, Oops, let's get right to sports, man. Only one I got right now, bro, is Brock Purdy. He got signed. He got his money. I
Yes,
seen
sir.
Debo Samuel Sanders. What's his name? Debo
Samuel.
what?
Samuel.
Samuel. Yep, on his IG, man. Shot, posting the love, man. Glad that he got
Yeah, give him his
his
flowers
money.
and stuff.
That's good. Because
Yep.
that Niners squad right there, for the past 3-4 years, they're tight knit. You know, just like how Seattle and every other team is, man.
Oh
You
yeah.
know that they got to move on and stuff, man. What you
Yeah, I know
got
a
as
lot
far
of
as
people
sports?
comment about that. It's like, there gonna be a lot of people half and half with the Brock's extension, making 53 million a year for the next 6 years. I was like, hey man, he still got time to prove it. He's only 25, and his stats are already great for just playing for 3 years so far. So just like we said, like compared to Jimmy Garoppolo's stats, Garoppolo played for the Niners for 7 years, and I was like, but Jimmy G, like now he's over here trying to find a starting job, but he's obviously not. I think he's still with the Rams, I believe. But Brock Purdy, yeah, he has to prove it now. He got 6 years to prove it and see if the team want to keep him. Because I think he hasn't hit his prime yet. He's just starting. He'll get there.
I'm just glad for the young man to get his money because the past 2 years, man, yeah, I wish he was getting paid already. So he deserves it, man. Even if he does suck, I'm just glad he got his money. You know, he deserves it, Oos,
We'll
for
see at the
real.
end of this year, Uce, if he say he still sucks. But who knows? We gotta wait and see. Just
Well, I
like
hope he proves me wrong.
yeah, they signed George Kittle, highest paid tight end now to extension. Fred Warner is the highest paid linebacker again for the next 3 years. So they're taking care of the team right now. So it's pretty good.
That's love, right? Well, shout out to the York family for
Yeah.
doing what you all doing. Well, what do you feel about what's his name, Debo with the trade, man? Was that a good trade or what?
Hey,
To free up money wise, cap money, I guess.
plus Deuce wasn't happy, so can't keep a frustrated player on a team.
Why wasn't he happy, man? Update me, bro. What you mean?
He just said he wasn't getting enough plays towards his way, like play calling and stuff like that, and then locker room troubles. You see how the way he slapped the kicker one game, or it was a placeholder. He slapped in the helmet on the sideline and was yelling at him and the
Oh
kicker for
yeah,
missing a
yeah,
field
yeah.
goal.
I remember that one.
Yeah, so chemistry was getting bad in the locker room, I guess. And then he felt like he was underused, not utilized like he was the year before that. But hey, man, if he wants to go, let him go. Just I hope he does good in Washington too. That'd be nice to see him, flourish over there. Especially got a young quarterback over there also.
Yeah. Well, Uce Guru was saying that that's the markets for quarterbacks in the league. You're absolutely right, cousin. So 50
Yep,
mil, huh? 50 and up is the market
53.
for like top.
Yeah,
Is there like a certain ranking in it and stuff? Like if you're like a top 10 QB
not really.
or if you're just a starting QB?
Let's get started. Like for example, Jaguars they extended Trevor Lawrence. They gave him a fat deal too,
Okay.
and he hasn't won a playoff game yet. And you got like Dak Prescott. He's like known as a choker with big games, for Dallas, and he got paid a fat paycheck. He's not a top 10. And then people like Justin Herbert from Diego. He hasn't won a playoff game either. I guess it's just on the franchise if they want to keep you or not.
Man, what's the one you just mentioned from the Jaguars? The Prince of they said the
Trevor
Prince
Lawrence?
of Trevor Lawrence, bro. I wanted him to be in the Niner uniform, man. I mean, you guys, the faithful always say, man, this is a system built team. Psh, imagine a blonde prince come in and that kind of structure that I'm talking about. Who's somebody that's 6'3" and up, knowing that he won't get hurt and he can just deliver bombs, man. What do you think about that, Oos? What you think about what I just said about if Trevor Lawrence was like our QB, man?
I think it'll be all right. I really want to know unless he came and played over here, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe he played different.
I mean, he did do something with the Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? They're a weak team. So
Yeah.
imagine being around the 49ers offensive line and then with Kyle Shanahan's playbook. That's all I'm saying, cousin. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, imagine we would have took Tom Brady before he went to the Bucks. That could have been our Super Bowl year.
That would have been our number 6. It was for
Yeah.
real.
And he wanted to come here for a discount, but nah, they say he was too old. Then what happens? Goes and wins the Super Bowl. Beats the Chiefs that we always lose to in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I heard about that stat that somebody was saying too. Was like, they're trying to say that what's his name, Patrick Mahomes is better. Well, guess what? Tom Brady beat him in the playoffs and then also beat him in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So, and he beat him when he was what, 45, 46?
Yup.
Something in his 40s. So
Mahomes was just handed everything too, bro. Like, there's a lot of questionable games from him getting to the Super Bowls.
well, again, Mahomes he's the man, bro, for real. Like he really is, dog.
I think Josh Allen's way better than him, though.
But if he was, I mean, the same can be said. He always loses to Mahomes. He only won one time, right?
Did you watch that game where Josh Allen and played against Mahomes and him? All those BS calls that they did against the Bills?
Yeah, I know.
They handed that game to Mahomes. And
especially that Taylor Swift effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that we lost to.
Yep. They was focusing on her most of the Super Bowl. But I was laughing when Trump when he left because the Chiefs lost.
For real?
Yup. He looked pretty upset.
Damn. Well, Tad is saying that Dak Prescott was getting 60 before his restrictions and stuff, his deal.
Yeah, but he's a choker.
But I mean, that's Dallas for you, man. So many they can say all they want about the owner, but that man's always making sure that his Cowboys are always all the talk of the town on all ESPN, and he's got them all in their pocket and stuff. So this feels like the Niners too is the same way. We get talked a lot too, Everyone gets hurt, Oos. Trevor is not immune to injury. Suddenly, the prince, Oos. I'm just saying, cuz the prince.
Hey, Tad, I think Kenny just got a crush on his long blonde hair.
Man, I'm all about the figures. You know what I'm saying? You got to look right. Yeah, Jimmy. That's why you got a lot of people bashing you on the Jimmy comments, bro, because, there's always still a whole lot of Jimmy. I was a Jimmy fan myself.
Yep.
Jimmy born Jimmy,
Until he freaking start playing like the way he did, start playing like he was scared all the time.
Ooh, but that's the kind of Niners we had, man. Jerry Rice looked good. Deion Sanders looked good. Even Joe Montana, Steve Young. I like good-looking quarterbacks, Oos. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But
they play like men, though.
No. You telling me Trevor Lawrence don't play like a man?
I'm talking about Jimmy G then.
Yeah, that little scary fool, man. When it was under pressure, yeah, you can tell he was scared.
Yeah, he played for us for 7 years, right? You know how many rushing yards he had?
How many?
260.
Damn, how many does Brock have?
470.
Okay, so it's just double the numbers. All right. What we got here? Mahomes is the truth. For real, though. Brady is the GOAT. But the cheating allegations for 4 of his rings is a little blemish. Okay, that's what Tad is saying, Oos. You right about that. So let's stop commenting and get on the podcast, Oos. So your boy can't stop getting interrupted with these comments. I gotta try my best, cousin, to like not read the comments. We gotta have a
you
segment
good.
where we'll read the comments. You know what I mean? Interfering with our conversation here and stuff. But I appreciate the
Hey,
comments, y'all.
that's the audience.
Keep
Being a
commenting.
part of it. Oh,
For real, Oos. Yep, and there goes your phone, Oos.
I know. Dang it.
Do you watch any of the women's NBA?
I just read about it.
Caitlin Clark, Oos.
Oh yeah,
I'm a
she's
Caitlin.
the man.
She is.
She changed the game,
Damn. She did, man. What's your feelings on that one, man? Any input on that? Specifically for Polynesian women, because like Tahini Pau Pau, and then she can like playing
bro.
for
From Utah,
Minnesota.
right?
Yeah,
Is it
for the
Billy? Her
Utah
last name Billy?
Utes, Billy. Lisa Billy, yep.
Yeah,
You know.
she's a Sav too.
And then there's a Afakasi Samoan, American Samoan Uli girl from I think from somewhere in LA. She's probably gonna be balling in college and then is coming up too. So
You know
for
when they
all
got
the
drafted, she
Polynesians,
was
man.
half Tokulau, yeah? Half Tokulau and Samoan.
Who's this?
The one that just got drafted this year?
From USC, yeah. Half Tokilawa?
Yeah, the one from Carolina.
Yeah. Pau. Hey, she
Yeah,
balling, bro. She
yeah, she's
balling.
doing it too.
Yeah, Sonia wants to go out there to Indiana because Indy is only about 2 hours away from us. So we're gonna go catch a game. Go check out Caitlin Clark, man. Hopefully we can get Caitlin Clark to take a picture with my wife, and she's definitely
Yeah.
a fan. I think that's the good thing about the WNBA because my wife she's glued on it. So if my wife wanted to get on a damn podcast to update us about the women's basketball, she's all for it, man. She knows everything
Yeah, I
about
know
it.
Caitlin Clark turned down Ice Cube's league to play over there for like $4 million because she wanted to play at WNBA. He was trying to form a league.
Tell it, man. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna let the viewers know. I multitask. That is not my thing. I tried, guys, but I can't multitask for nothing. I gotta stay focused. It's hard over here being a producer / star host.
Editor.
You know what I'm saying, of the podcast. And then on top of that, being the media guy. It's frustrating. I need the help, y'all. He said he'll hop on, but he's cooking. All right, keep cooking away, bro. Shoot.
Food sounds good right now too.
For real, cuz.
I know it's
Yeah,
late
and
on
then
your
the
side
other one.
already.
Yeah, it's right now. It's about 7:00. But another one that I do like, man, Lulu, right? Is it Lulu? The Uce from the
Frankie.
Washington Commander.
Is it Frankie or
Lulu.
Fred? Yeah.
Frankie Lulu. Yeah, I think a Samoan and Fijian, right? I think so.
Yeah, somebody just did a documentary on him about American Samoan stuff.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to post the Uso out there, man, because my man is on point, Uce.
Yeah, he's a hitter.
He's doing all the Haka, bro. Tell me why, man. According to social media, the Samoan New Zealanders are clowning and laughing when the Samoan Americans out here be doing the Haka. They laugh at us, Uce. They laugh at us that we're a joke, bro.
But sometimes it's not even their Haka though. It's like the Sivatau they're doing, the Mama Samoa.
I was like, why are we all like bashing on each other? Because I feel like these Samoans out here in America, we love New Zealand's and Australia. We show nothing but love,
So like New Zealanders, the Maoris, they take it to heart when you do the Haka because you're supposed to show so much emotion and compassion to it, and they feel like us in America is not showing that same emotion that they do.
That so they don't. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. Yeah. There you go. Tat was saying it's actually Luvu. Frankie Luvu.
What'd you say? Frankie what?
Luvu.
No, what'd you say before that?
Luvu. Luvu.
Yeah, I know that, but what did you say? Frankie what?
I said Frankie Luvu. What did I say? Frankie Lucy?
That's what I was saying. He's correcting you or what?
Yeah, he's correcting us. It's Luvu.
Yeah.
Or did I say Lulu? Didn't we say Luvu?
I thought it was Luvu. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Charlie, Tat.
Charlie, stick to your cooking, Uce.
Charlie, let me try to correct this over here, man, on our podcast, bro. The audacity, dog. For real, man. Trying to be like for real, Frankie Luvu, man. Yeah, but the Usos out there, man. I mean, I've been following the Uce because shout out to my Uso Tasipula, you know what I'm saying? Carolina Panther. Yeah. I know he probably broke his heart. First of all, we took his MC running back dude, and then Frankie Louvu goes over to Washington Commanders. So
Well, they got an Uce on
one day,
the draft this year.
who
The wide receiver from Arizona.
man, who is it? Uce?
I forgot his name. I don't know if it's not the same last name. Let me look it up.
Oh, you know his name? Como Polo.
Hello.
You right. Young Ty was right, man. I was saying Lulu. Yeah, you right, Oos. Shoot, my bad. My bad, Frankie. Tell her, man. Ain't nothing but love, Oos, That's another thing, man. Another sportsman. Shout out to the family out there that's at the WWE holding it down. For all the Samoans and stuff. What you working on, cuz?
Trying to look up what that receiver name is that the Panthers just drafted. So, because Tosh could be proud of that. Oh, okay. It's Tedder.
What's his name?
Tedder McMillan.
What is it?
Teta Iroa McMillan.
Bro, there's hella Samoans and Tongans and all the fans, bro, and Hawaiians and Fijians all representing, bro, all in the NFL, man. Shout out to all the Polynesians, who's for real.
Yeah, you got drafted number 7, I believe, or 6 or 7. Pretty high on the board.
You got anything else on the sport too?
OKC's leading 1-0 against Minnesota, and then New York, and who is it? Is it Boston?
Tad saying that it's the Hawaiian T-Mac. You know who that is?
Yeah, that's the one from Arizona.
That's the one you talking about?
Yeah. Also, he's I guess he's Hawaiian, not Samoan, but still Poly though, representing.
So how we gonna forget about Puka? Is it Puka?
The one from the Rams?
Yeah.
That's the Uce.
And then wideout from Arizona he went to the Panthers. Yep. There you go. Right on, Uso. You got anything else on the sports, cousin?
Nah.
Well, we're moving along, man. The last topic that I want to talk about, bro. Shout out to Queen. The rise of short form and video podcasting, man. That's a thing, bro. That's a thing. Have you been checking any of those stuff out?
I just like the comedy skits, those famous social media people be doing, like Anwar now. That should be cracking me up.
Who's that?
I think he's from the Middle East, but he be making like hella clips and stuff. Like his famous one is like this one skit he got. There's Mexicans with socks, and they have a sock competition, like who has the longer socks. And then this one boy just comes up with the whole bodysuit of sock. So I was like, oh, he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Man.
And then you got the famous YouTuber himself, Mr. Beast, I Show Speed. There's a lot of them, man. Even like the Samoan community is doing their thing too, man. There's some families that I was telling you about off air, man. The Ualesi family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah. The Ualesi family from I think they left Vegas, Nevada, and moved back to American Samoa. So they showcasing everything about American Samoa. So shout out to the Ualesi family. Yep, and then there's another family that
was Cooking with Rona. They up in Washington.
That's the one. That's the one that I like too, man. Cooking with Rona, man.
Oh yeah, they teach you how to cook all the good stuff.
For real, she can cook too. I think they're out there in El Paso. They moved because they were out there in Washington for a little bit, I believe.
Oh really? I didn't know they moved.
Yeah.
That was Meller's favorite show.
Got to do a shout out to these fans right here because that's the one, especially the OG, man. He be doing his thing, Oos.
OG chef.
Yeah, man, look at that, cuz. Let me just paint the picture here for everybody to see. Cooking with Rona, man, that's no joke, bro. Can we share it? Boom. Look at that. Look at that, man. 2 days ago, 12,000 viewers, man. For those that don't know, man, chime in to these OGs here because they really be holding it down. Look at them. Damn. That looks so deli.
Hey, her food, man, makes you want to eat right now.
Cooking with Rona, man. Tune in. Shout out to this family right here, fam.
Comment.
Yeah, yeah.
Please subscribe.
Ooh,
Look at that,
she even cut
cuz.
hair too, bro. I didn't know she cut
Damn.
hair.
Okay, Rona's like, she's like a true entrepreneur, yo.
Ow.
Okay. Man, every Samoan family has experienced this lifestyle right there, bro. When your parents be cutting your hair.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if she's a true artist. Okay, she's about to taper. Yeah, and they're just regular families, Zeus.
Yep. Living life.
That's what I love about it, man. That's authentic too, man. They got a good following. They got a good following, Zeus, for real.
Every time I watch that show, I always want to eat some more food, bro. I'm like,
Good with chat too much. LOL, just watch the podcast, my guys. For real, man. Tell your hubby that, yo.
who's that?
Kalu. One.
Oh,
I don't know if that's my Lil Kalu or that's the fams. I don't know. But it would, you know what I'm saying? You got Nisi right in the back of Lost the Boss over there just chiming in on the podcast. She want to be famous too, yo.
I don't know. She over here just being in my background.
For real. You should tell Niece, man, get on real quick. Be like, tell our people, subscribe to our channel. I'm going to steal some of that cooking with Rona's. Yeah. Tell Niece to come up here. Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on to the live.
She asked too many questions. It was never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can't just do like tell them one foul and they can't even do that correctly.
These damn Molina kids, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What a waste of all these talents, Zeus. What a waste
I know,
of all
right?
these talents.
Now she's saying, "Oh, you want me?" Like, you can do it next
Now's your
time.
time. Now's your time, young one. Get up over here. Let everybody know. Like, please subscribe to our channel. Help my dad and
You want to do
uncle.
it now?
We trying to reach 1,000 followers on YouTube. Cause we trying to get paid, baby.
Subscribe.
So, hey, welcome to Uce. Baby, you're gonna be like, hey, welcome to Uce. Subscribe to our channel. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Go.
Say, please subscribe to our Uncle and Dad's channel.
Hi, welcome to Uce. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000. Sorry, my finger's
10,000.
broken.
10,000.
10,000. 10,000.
Do it again, niece. But your dad's got to move his face so that way it's just you on the camera, and we'll edit it. Get right in the center. There you go, right in the center part. Go ahead. Go ahead. There you go with the smile. Go ahead.
Welcome
3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome to Uce. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000.
That's right, baby. Yes, thank you, baby. For real, yo. Anyways, man, what I was saying, bro, like all these do you watch more of these little short videos and podcasts on YouTube, TikTok, more than you do on Netflix or cable channels? Because I feel like that's the real thing now, man. All these content creators are the ones that like a lot of people are tuning into.
Yeah, because I think I watch it more because it's just short, my attention span. I got a short attention span, so I just want to see something for a couple minutes rather than watch a movie for like 2 hours. And it is true because I've been watching short takes more on YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Reels than I do like spending time on the actual, media apps, So yeah, I spend most of my time watching YouTube videos and all that.
What's one of the common ones that you do enjoy?
Like for me, since the algorithm picked up from TikTok, like it brings a lot of stuff about anime and stuff. So, like people comparing animes or like doing power rankings for anime characters. That's mostly pops on my feeds.
Well, yeah, I seen Baby and Melly go to one of those anime stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, they used to go to a lot of the Comic Cons, yeah.
Yeah. That thing is real big, huh? How much money do you got to pay for all that kind of stuff?
Uh, Basically, the most money you spend is on your costume, and depending on which Comic Con you go to, like the big one in San Diego every year, that one you got to spend like at $400 for like a 3-day pass or 4-day pass. But it's worth it because you get the chance to meet the actual artists from different takes of that. So they have the Star Wars, yeah,
Maybe that's something that the Uce can do, bro. We can probably do our own Comic Cons in Reno. Reach out to everybody in the Bay Area, Sacramento area, and bring them all down, and we can host one of those.
yeah, Island Comic Con.
20 Island Comic Con, yeah, a fob one,
Oh yeah, come with your slippers and everything.
bro. That actually sounds real nice. Cause you know how in the Cucuwilo they have like the Fafafinga pageant and stuff. Even they actually have it out here in the U.S. too, especially out there in Washington State. But we can
Yeah,
have like something within that realm, man, for real.
that'd be cool. But plan on
Yeah,
that in the near future.
in the near future, man. For those that are into that kind of stuff. For me, I find myself watching more of podcast videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
You know, the main ones is like Candace Owens, Patrick Bet David, Uncle Shay, and $1 million worth of game. There's a lot of them that I actually watch, different genres, and then a lot of them lately is like tech ones too,
yeah.
AIs. There's like this billionaire company dude. He's Asian and he's out there in what is it? The one in San Francisco, close to it, the like valley. What is
Silicon
that
Valley,
called?
Silicon
Silicon
Valley.
Valley. Yeah. So he's one of those big ones, and I'm just like, wow, that's pretty cool. If I had the money, I'll probably be moving to Silicon Valley, for real,
Yeah,
for real. Like that's because that's the kind of space that we're in. You know what I mean?
that's
Get
big,
up
big
in
money
all
right
that
there.
network with all those folks and stuff. If I see Zuckerberg punch him in the face, he probably whoop my butt though, because he
Yeah,
knows jujitsu now.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, yeah.
Yeah, he like the real human Batman right now. I feel like it. I wish that him and Elon Musk did have that challenge to go fight. I think
Yeah, he would have
Zuckerberg would
handled
fold
Elon.
it. He
Yeah.
would have handled Elon, bro. But then again, you never know, man. Elon, he probably might have some on his trick. Under his trick, he might be like come on Lex Luthor from a Superman. Like the rich bald dude, and he will come up with some kind of machine or something to whoop. I don't know.
Or take some enhancing drug
Yeah, he looks like one of them to do that. I mean, if you're gonna call your kids by numbers or some kind of
letters.
prototype letters and stuff, or like a science thing, then you've got to be. I don't know, bro. Maybe one of them might be the Batman of this world. Who knows? That's what I feel about Elon Musk, though.
Yeah,
Like, remember the Marvel movie when Iron Man, the first one, or the second one, Iron Man 2, and then they changed the dude to somebody else? Because I did like the first actor for the
Howard,
yeah, and
the
then
one who
they
plays
changed Howard to, yeah,
War Machine.
remember? Yeah, War Machine, and then they had him go to the what is it? The senators, whatever, the government trial to try to release his to have the U.S. government have access to the weapon stuff that he was built in. I feel like that's like a living thing right now. That's who Elon Musk is, man. He's Iron Man, and
But he don't
Zuckerberg
got the
is
tech yet,
face.
though, like that.
Well, yeah, but are you sure? I mean, he's been having people fly out of space. Who's
On
the
rockets,
crazy
but
thing the rockets. But what I'm hearing allegedly is that he's putting satellites out there. So they're saying something about like all these tech companies that are putting satellites out there. It's going to eventually, maybe a few decades, but cover the whole entire world. And that's going to be a bad thing because now it's kind of like blocking out the sun and stuff like that. So imagine, I don't know if it's true, but isn't it some satellites can actually like, it's already weaponized?
yeah,
So,
I wouldn't doubt it.
yeah,
That's how they
you
said
never know.
the fires in Maui started, was from a satellite.
Was that the conspiracy going on?
Yep. They said
Dang.
houses marked with blue paint, the satellite avoided. So it shot down some type of laser
All
that
that's
started
telling
the
me because
fires.
All that's telling me, cousin, is that we need to hurry up and make that real money, bro, so we can be part of the 1%ers or 2%ers, whatever they call them. You know what I'm saying? So we can be a part of that, to go up into the moon too and just look down like, yeah, that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? I got to stop saying that too, that you know what I'm saying. Because, you know,
Yeah. Sound like Jacob Fatu. Yeah, I mean.
he
He
really
brought that
bringing
into
out
the
that Bay
wrestling
Area,
world.
huh?
Yep.
For real.
Yep. He used the Bay Area slangs like all gas, no brakes. Everybody's saying that in the WWF right now.
It's like the Bay Area will have its time, like even in the music time too. Remember when the Dizzo and all that stuff came out?
Yeah.
You know, it finally hit global now with Jacob Fatu doing that too, the slang.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's all like representing the Bay up in his little skits on the wrestling show.
You got anything else on the rise of short form and video podcasting?
I'm my insider.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here.
You know what I mean? For every time I say, get off here, come on, Jacob Fatu, the man, say, boom.
Yeah, you gotta say it like that from now on. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, I mean.
I'm trying to get off of that, bro. I really am. I'm trying to use the gap stuff that I have, and sometimes I'm actually trying to work on slowing down on talking, because
Be you, be original.
I'm everything else.
You're trying to change yourself, Uce.
I can't make up my mind which character do I want to be.
Come out as Kenny Uce. That's all.
What do you call that? Nostalgia or nostalgia? Like talking about back in the days and stuff. Nostalgia, huh?
I guess so. I'm not really big
Is that
on
what it's called?
words.
I know, man. Because I was just like, Charlie, look at these bookios and stuff, like nostalgia. Is it nostalgia?
I have no idea, bro.
Yeah. How do you like reminiscing?
Reminiscing? You could just say reminiscing, Uce.
For real. That's what we say, right?
That's all you need to say, bro.
That's one thing I can't stand about these social media, man. When I see a lot of the Samoans and talking about all these vocabulary words that be confusing my mind, yeah, I'm absolutely just frustrated because I don't know what they're saying, and I gotta Google it or chat GPT it.
Why you gotta use the expensive words for it, man? Use the cheap ones.
I know, cuz. But anyways, man, I remember, bro. I just we're reminiscing, right? Remember that one time when I was a youth president? For those, let me just paint the picture to the listeners. Youth president is really not a position. I don't know why they call it youth president. They should have just called it like a youth leader, in a church. At that time, bro, the youth was like 100. Was there like 100 of us? Bro, there was a lot.
Pretty deep. Yeah.
It was pretty deep, man. And these are all youth, age from what? Infant to like maybe in the 30s, right? So young adults, right? We threw them in the youth. Why does Samoan churches even consider that a youth? You know what I'm saying? If you're counting that number, bro, like individuals, why? Why is that?
Because they're still thinking that they're, under 30, so they're still more memes in their eyes, the OGs.
Okay, so maybe I'm overthinking it, or maybe because I've been out of touch with the Samoan community when it comes to church. I've been
but that's my thoughts, because you ain't really that old yet, so you still consider youth. But you go different churches like young adults, yeah.
But in America, a youth is past when you're 18, bro, you're a young adult. So you're not a youth. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, going back to what I was talking about, man. It was a cold day on a November. Me, Lost the Boss, and a whole bunch of other cousins and youth members. I decided with my VP, Deborah Tafaso, we decided to, was it Daryl? Yeah. Or was it Celia? It was hot. One of my associates, we decided to host, for morale building, team building, and just youth functions. We decided to do flag football. You remember? I'm going to paint the picture here because we, that's one of the events that we did. That's our outreach, right? How did it benefit our youth? I don't know if it benefited our youth, to be quite honest, now that I'm thinking about it. Did it help them spiritually? Definitely helped them physically, though. You know what I mean? But there I go with the you know what I mean. Shit. Anyways, what I'm getting at, cuz, is like these fools freaking lost the boss and my other cousins. So I was one of the team captains. Lassie was the other team captain, the other side. No, I wasn't the team captain. It was you and somebody else. Tassi was two ones to be the captains of the flag football team, and y'all purposely didn't pick me, the all-star. You remember that?
I forgot about that one, man.
You guys even picked like the most scrawniest fool that can't even play, yo. Then on top of that, y'all were picking girls over me, bro. You know what I mean? And I was just like, these fuckers, man. The good old times, bro. But y'all did that. No, I know that. Y'all was just tired of y'all was tired of why it was just being the man. You know what I'm saying? Tell the viewers why'd you do that, Uce? Go ahead and tell the viewers why. Why did y'all pick young Uce? I mean Uce.
We knew you was a very prideful one back in the days. We wanted to mess with your head and hurt your feelings. But in a jokingly way, though. It was all joking.
No, I know. Bro, but that was funny as heck, bro, because I was laughing my butt off. I was like, these fools.
That was the best. Like, I know you knew we were doing it on purpose. It's just the way you reacted to the situation.
I feel like, whoa, what? Them over me? Are you serious? I think we even had one of Thomas.
Yeah,
the 5-year-old had the whole youth dying, bro. I was like, oh, heck no, man. Yeah, the kids love it, though, man.
Yeah, the kids definitely love it, games for everybody. Especially, our sisters, the older sisters were there laughing, too. They're like,
yeah, everybody just
on purpose. Man. I was like, yeah. It's me and Toxi's plan. I forgot
that
about
was
that.
Fun, bro. That was fun, though. That was fun, man.
It did have a result for them. It made people closer. And, just like how we used to say fellowship back in the days. And that's another way of fellowshipping wise.
Okay. Yeah.
Just bringing everybody together, that was the main point.
All I remember, man, rest in peace to our nephew, Ike. Remember we used to call him Moss when Randy Moss was hot. And then Daryl would just bomb it like Moss. And Ike would just like, bro, even just like, I wish we had a camcorder that time, bro, because there was like some live action, like the content that are being shot right now and uploaded to all these social media platforms. Bro, we were literally doing all those great contents like without even knowing that all we had to do was just turn a video camera and upload it.
Exactly. We were recording those moments.
Yeah, YouTube wasn't even popping at that time too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So going back and I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, all those great content. And I think that's why I like to push the podcast. So it's to like try to get us. I feel like a lot of our family members in our circle has great stories and just great content. That
just bring everybody on there and ask about their stories, man. That's what
for
entertains.
Real.
It's like people's like really won't believe you did that. You been through that? It's like, yep. It's like everybody has a story. Man.
But do you remember how cold it was? And a lot of us didn't even wear. We were just wearing t-shirts.
Yeah, it's probably like 30 degrees or so.
30 degrees, bro. 30 degrees, and everybody was just trucking it, running it, man. Those were good times, man. Definitely good times as a community.
Kept us warm.
Hey, remember when we went out to Frisco? Because I was still part of that youth.
Yeah.
I remember the Lokbakbak, like for some reason Samoan churches, this is supposed to be like a youth gatherings for everybody to come together as one. And tell me why we went up to San Francisco and you could just feel the division. And it's always been like that, even in Samoa. It's like a competition.
From their youth with our youth, yeah.
Yeah, every youth, right? Because I remember Rena was always looked down at. I also remember that because it was a new upcoming church and it was a laughing stock because the pastors kept changing. They never had a consistent pastor. So shout out to Aya Seven.
That's when it got settled, yeah.
That's when, and then we went out there, bro. Yes, I know it was all for God, but damn, we rocked the house.
Oh yeah, always competitive, competition for us, It's like we were supposed to be there for the Lord, but we were there for our pride too, for our church. So that's just our people, our culture background. Pride for the village. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta represent.
But how is that really going to help the youth, though? What does it teach our youth? That's what I'm getting at. Because to me, my heart breaks because a lot of the youth members now they're in their 30s. A lot of them. Do you realize that?
Yeah,
a lot of them's in their mid 20s. Yeah, they got kids and everything. a lot of them went through some tough time.
But
And I
that's
feel
what
like
good for the youth was. It was like their place where they could vent. They got anybody they could talk to about it. If you wasn't there for them, they go to the next elder person. They just
yeah,
had so many options. Like, don't come to me because mine. I was like, I'm gonna make it get worse. But they had you guys,
for
like
real.
really in the spiritual world. But that's why I say they had a lot of adults to look up to as older brothers and sisters. You know,
You know what? Before we get out of here, because we did the highlights, we definitely got to get Queen's motivational post. Let me find one for us over here. Yeah, because Queen got a whole bunch over here. Let's see what we have here for our segment of motivational posts. So here's one for everybody, man. When the why is clear, the how is easy.
big it.
That's from yours truly, bro. Wows. Everybody that tuned in, man, we thank y'all for coming on, chopping it up with us. Shout out to my Uso Tat. Shout out to my supervisor, Morris. You know what I'm saying? Jawan. We appreciate y'all getting on board. And Mario Lecalo. We appreciate y'all tuning in, leaving some comments. Share this live, subscribe to the channel. We hope you all enjoy the show. If you do have any inputs and you want to come on the podcast, you can find us anywhere on our platform. You can reach us right there at service@yuce.com. And if you want to support our channel, you can visit our channel at the yuce.com, which is WHYUCE.com. Everything you want to know about this platform, man, it's on right there, man. So we appreciate y'all. I'm Kenny Mofanua with my Uso Lost the Boss. And we just going to go ahead and play a music and call it a day, fam. And I also want to do a shout out to my niece right in the back there, just chilling, man. Thank you for doing your thing.
Tales of the hustle, dreams come alive. Building the future, watch them strive. Why use?